Hello everyone. Welcome to iExamB. I am Prachi Agarwal, the finance faculty with more than 15 years of experience in the finance field. In this particular video today, I am going to talk about your NABARD Grade A Finance 2023 Phase 2 paper, which is scheduled to be held on the 19th of November, which leaves you with only 10 days to your Phase 2. So it is very important how you utilize your time in these 10 days to crack your Phase 2 exam for the finance stream. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and if you like the video, please don't forget to press the like button. Before we proceed, let's quickly have a recap of the exam pattern. It's very important that you understand the exam pattern and you're mentally prepared to attempt it in the scenario and also revise accordingly in these 10 days. So the exam will consist of two papers. Your paper 1, which is general English, descriptive in nature. There will be 3 questions. This will include your essay, your Prachi, and there could in the past, if we go, there is a letter. Although the information handout does mention there could be an RC or a report, but from the past trend we see that there has been a letter that has been coming in this exam. You get total of 90 minutes for attempting this paper. The second paper relates to your finance stream and will consist of both the aspects, the objective and the descriptive part, which have a equal weightage of 50 marks each for the exam. Right? You will get 30 minutes for your objective exam and 90 minutes for your descriptive paper. So what is your strategy to attempt this and what you should be doing in the next 10 days? To talk about the strategy, actually it's a very simple strategy. All you have to do is follow the 3 steps, and if you follow these 3 steps with all sincerity and religiously, you will be well prepared for your Phase 2 exam. The simple strategy includes the first step as attempting and practicing mock test. Now is the time for you to put in practice all the knowledge that you have gained over the past few months and see where you are standing. And even if you are less prepared, rather than going through the entire syllabus one by one, you should do the reverse engineering and practice test and learn along on the way the things that you do not know. Going through the entire syllabus at this moment will be a time consuming exercise and may not help you prepare exactly for the exam pattern. The second important step is to analyze. Analyze what? It is your performance. So you need to review the test that you have given, what areas you have done correctly, what are the areas you are not aware about, and what are the areas where you made a mistake, right? So you would have attempted questions which would be correct and which would be incorrect. So what went wrong? Whether it was that you did not understand the question, or was it that you made a silly mistake, or was it that you did not know it genuinely? And the areas, the questions that you actually skipped. So those are the areas where either you were not confident or you were not aware to attempt, right? So you need to understand and review those areas, strengthen your strengths so that you know in the actual exam what are the areas you should attempt quickly, and then the gaps that have been there, that is the areas you need to be studying and revising now. The last step, of course, is revision. Please do not underestimate the power of revision. Various times, majority of the students make this mistake of not revising what they have already gone through, while they are more focused on covering more and more things. Please understand, this is a competitive exam. 100% coverage is not the aim, but whatever you do, you are able to do it in a manner and you are able to recollect and answer at that moment. The worst scenario is when you read a question and you realize, I have read it somewhere, I'm just not able to recall. That's a very painful situation to be in. So we have to reinforce our learning by revising and be prepared for the exam. So the simple 3-step strategy is what you have to follow over the next 10 days. And so what you can concentrate on. As I told you, the exam consists of both the objective and the descriptive part. If I talk from the finance point of view, the objective part There will be questions of 1 marks and also of 2 marks. The 1 mark questions are mostly conceptual and direct, and the majority areas that you should be covering for in this include finance and accounting concepts, the costing terms and concepts, audit and auditor related. So what I'm saying auditor related, there are various guidelines related to the auditors under the Companies Act. That is what you should be revising. Generic commerce related terms, Companies Act topics are also asked in the 1 marker questions. And certain management and organization behavior topics like business communication, management functions, these are also some simple questions that can be asked in your 1 marker. When I talk about 2 markers, these are passage based MCQs. Passage based MCQ means there's some certain topic being discussed and written as a para, and there are certain questions following from the theme of that topic. A very, very recurring topic that comes under the 2 markers is the ratio analysis. You are given certain information from the balance sheet, from the P&L account, and you are asked to calculate certain ratios, right? So many times majority of the ratios being asked are the liquidity ratios, like your current ratio, your quick ratio, and your solvency ratios like your debt equity ratio, your proprietary ratio can be calculated. Similarly, P&L based profitability ratios would also be asked. So ratio analysis is one of the most recurringly asked topics in the objective part. Second is audit, types of audit or certain rules related to audit, or even what I had mentioned here, Companies Act states certain rules related to the auditor. Those kind could also be asked in the 2 marker. Even one management and organization behavior related questions could come in a 2 marker. In the past, I think in 2021, there were 2 questions, actually 2 passage based questions that came from these, which included from motivation and from leadership, right? And when I'm talking about passage based question, what happens is they are a set of 4 questions, mostly set of 4 questions that come from the same kind of information or theme. The next passages topic that can be asked or mostly asked is certain latest news inspired question, right? Sometimes it could be taxation related, sometimes it could be normal e-commerce related, right? So any latest commerce / finance type of topics that are in news, or any important RBI guideline or circular that has come, that could also be asked in passage based. So please don't forget to follow the newspaper, the news specifically in the financial sector that are going on for this aspect. So that is what you should be concentrating on while revising for your objective part. Next we come to the descriptive part. What are the areas you should be doing? First, the approach to descriptive part is also very, very simple. Please do not forget to write a complete answer, which includes an introduction, the main body, which is actual question that has been asked, and a concluding statement. That gives a good finish and a completeness to your answer. So this format of introduction, main body, and conclusion should always be followed in the descriptive answer, both in your finance and for your descriptive English. Please practice typing. Many times we have read a lot of things, but we miss out to type and practice our answers, thinking that we have read it and we will be able to write. But there would be very practical problems that you may face while typing, incorrect words, and then wasting time in correcting those in the actual exam, which could lead to you losing time or stressing out. So please practice typing your answers also, and that is why I said the very first part of your strategy should be attempting your mock test at this stage. There are 10 days, at least 5 mock tests you should be attempting, and giving time for its analysis and review and revision accordingly, so that you are well prepared. Please don't wait for the last 2 days to do the mock test in one single day. Then if you are not performing too well, it will lead to high levels of stress coming in. When you are answering the question in the descriptive, please focus on covering all the main points that have been asked in the question. If a question has 2 parts to it, don't forget to answer both the parts. Sometimes we get carried away and answer only one part and forget to answer the second part asked. So anything that has been specifically asked in the question should be specifically answered with all the main points there. So these are the things that you should keep in mind. And the last, very, very important, is time your answers well. You will be given 90 minutes for your descriptive part. Very easily assume that you are getting 80 minutes, because 10 minutes leeway should be kept in your mind for the end or for the beginning while you are reading the questions to decide which one you are going to attempt, because you will have a choice given both in descriptive in terms of the essay that you will have to choose to write, and when it comes to finance you will be given 3 questions for 15 marks, out of which you have to attempt 2, and again you will be given 3 questions of 10 marks, out of which you have to attempt 2, right? So you have to choose your questions also carefully and then type your answers. So have some time in hand for these aspects and for any other technical problems that you may face that time. So 80 minutes is what you will get, and you have to attempt 4 answers. So please time yourself well so that you attempt all the 4, because losing out on not attempting the full 4 answers brings you at a disadvantage to a person who may have attempted all the 4 answers, right? Even if you attempt very well all the 3 answers, you may still lose out because you are straight away giving up 15 or 10 marks whichever question you leave to answer. So please time yourself very, very well while attempting the question paper. Moving ahead, for the focus areas for the descriptive part, specifically I'll also talk about numericals. The numericals are likely to come in the 2 markers in your objective part, unlikely to be a part of the descriptive. We've not seen in a descriptive a numerical being asked to solve, right? But the areas for numerical, you should be doing ratio analysis, as I already told you in the objective part. Depreciation is another topic where sometimes numericals are asked, where you're asked to calculate either by straight line method or written down value method, right? So you should be aware about that. Break even and marginal costing related numericals are a common feature in finance exams. So this is again something that you should be practicing. Cost of capital, not very complicated questions, direct questions related to calculating the weighted average cost of capital or simply cost of capital for equity or debt could be asked, and knowing simple mathematics behind the time value of money. So these are areas that you should be revising and concentrating from the numerical point of view. From the descriptive point of view, the areas you should be covering is knowing the accounting principles and the various types of accounting and the comparison between them. What I mean by this is financial accounting, cost accounting, managerial accounting, right? What do they mean and how are they different from each other? Knowing about the basics of audit process and the different types of audit. When I'm saying different types of audit, one is the standard statutory internal audits, or we talk about, and then the different areas for which audit is done, like for example tax audit or cost audit, or the newer forms like forensic audit, environmental audit, right? So these areas is what these terminologies and different types you should be aware about. Budgetary control, what it means, what are the various ways budgetary control can be done, what's its importance. Financial statements and cash flow is another area that you should be revising. Money market areas or various instruments that are used for raising funds, whether it is equity, whether it is funds being raised for working capital, whether it is the debt funding, both from the capital markets or from the money market, or the money market instruments is another area you should be practicing. Business communication is a very well talked about topic in needed for from the descriptive point of view, and certain basic tax related topics, in specifically income tax is what, and the forms, the importance of them, what is the difference, is something that you should be preparing on. So these are the focus areas that you can prepare. I'll add one more aspect is certain Companies Act related rules specifically for different types of shares, raising money through shares with the help of a prospectus, or raising them at premium, raising them at discount, right? So these kind of concepts from the Companies Act is also what you could look at. Now let's take an example of a descriptive question. Say if the question is explain the meaning of bonds, including zero coupon bonds as a source of funding, right? So how do they act as a source of funding? So how would you approach this question? You can pause the video here and try to note down your points, both from all the three aspects. What will you write in introduction? What will you write in the main body of the question? And what you can write in the conclusion. So you can pause the video here, take a pen or a paper, or your actually better would be open a notepad on your laptop or computer and start to jot down the main points that you will be answering in this. I will not discuss that in detail here. Instead, we have covered this question in our mock test also, and for as a sample you can download the PDF file of the descriptive sample answers given for the first mock test for NABARD Finance in our course in the description of this video. So you can download, look at the answers, and also look at the other questions that are given in this mock test. You can also try to attempt and write them on your own. We are also holding for further practice additionally certain live class sessions which are being taken by myself, CA Pratik sir and Neha Arora ma'am, for discussing more questions how you can attempt for both descriptive and objective. We've already done the classes for preparing for NABARD Finance for descriptive finance discussions, where almost 5 to 6 questions in each of the classes are discussed, the 3 sessions, and the other 2 will also be held in this particular week. We've also discussed around 60 questions in the first session of objective practice, when the second will be held next week. So these classes are also going on for further practice. Students can also attempt descriptive practice tests at iExamB website. 5 such mock tests have been given to you where you type your answers, including both the objective and the descriptive, and an individual evaluation for your answers is sent to you by the faculty after checking, suggesting you points for improvement, what was right, what was incorrect, and how you could further improve your answers. So this, as I stated, there are 5 mock tests that are provided which you can attempt. Sample answers for all of the descriptive are given to you as a PDF to download and practice. Further objective is also separately given for further practice to you. So as of now, it is very, very important that you practice and you also get a feedback on how you are writing your answers and how to improve that. That is also very, very important. So you can choose who is giving, but please get a feedback on your answers, maybe friends, family, mentors, iExamB, whoever you may choose, but it is important to get a feedback on your answers, right? So wishing you all the best. If you need any other query, any help, you can always write to us at hello@iexamb.com or call us at 920-5524028, or if you have any other query, you can also write in the comments of this video. It will be nice if you can also write certain structure of what your answer will be to the question I just asked you in the comments as a practice for your descriptive paper. Wishing you all the best for your NABARD Finance 2023 Phase 2 exam.